フルカウンター
Alright boys, so Ominous Nebula Zeldris is now out, and boys, a lot of people are upset, and today we're going to go through my problems with him right now in Grand Cross, and go over some of the reasons why people think this guy is mid, and why people are skipping him. So boys, let's just jump in. If you guys are new and you enjoy the content, do subscribe, and also shout out to anyone playing the new Tower Fantasy game. I'm currently playing it right now. I just logged in, so I want to be quick here, because I don't want to get kicked. If you're playing it, the queue's like 3,000 people, so I've just logged in after like 2 hours. Alright, so my first number one problem, and people aren't really realizing this too much, is the fact that this guy is a limited character. Meaning, if you skip him, there's a very good chance you will get him for a very, very long time. And the reason why is because, one, he does not go into the tickets. So he's not going to go into the demon tickets. Granted, you probably won't get him, but I know in the past I've gotten, was it Sario and Tamio when they first released, the actual old ones. And back when they were still relevant. So that was a massive, arguably free-to-play move that I could have done. And also right now, from the start of the year, boys, I've been saving my tickets for Sario, but then when Sario came out, we got Tamio, so I started saving for Tamio. And now that Tamio is out, we still haven't even got him in the tickets, which I'll get into later on. But at this point, I'm probably now going to start saving for Chandler. Chandler might come out in like a month and a half now. And I'll then have to wait another 3 months for him to get added to the tickets, and then I'll summon, or maybe I'll wait for the next Wish event. But it would be nice to get, you know, do a few summons and hopefully get someone like Ominous Nebula Zeldris. But now he is a limited character, meaning you're never going to get him here. And I don't think people are realizing this, but if he is classed as a seasonal character, so something similar to Winged Elaine, so the golden one, right, where I guess her first variation was the Christmas one, but then you have this blue one, which arguably doesn't really look like a seasonal character, but she is one. So if that is the case, that means Zeldris is a seasonal character, meaning he will never go onto a festival banner. I literally went back and looked at like the last few festivals. So Esterosa, you can look at banner right now. We don't have someone like a seasonal Melascula. She's not on the banner, right? So that's because they don't put seasons on festivals. They only do festival characters, and then they also only do well, I guess the coin shops or normal SSR tickets, which if you know Ominous Nebula Zeldris was one of them, he would go into the banner. And also some Ragnarok characters. In this case, obviously didn't do it, but looking back, King never had seasonals. Trey Tamili, who was the actual New Year's banner, right, we could vote for the banner, you couldn't vote for seasonal characters. Also Diane's banner, no seasonal characters. Elizabeth as well. And my point is, they never put seasonals on the banner. And if you are a free-to-player, someone like myself who only really summons for collabs, which ignore that part, but I only really summon for collabs and festivals, meaning there's a very good chance I'm never gonna get Ominous Nebula Zeldris unless he comes out on some other seasonal banner that where I want the main character. Because as it is right now, if you skip him, you're probably never gonna get him for a very, very long time, because seasonals don't come back too often, and when they do, then they're not rated up, and also they're not guaranteed. So good luck getting this guy. Also the fact that, well, because he is a seasonal character and won't come back too often, that does mean, well, you're not gonna get a lot of dupes for him, meaning that you're gonna lose out on some CC around 2k because you don't have 6-6. And considering right now he may be a sub-slot unit, I mean right now he actually looks more usable in the front line than this Zeldris right now. But what happens when we get Demon Chandler, Grey Road, you know, original Gopher? We get more better demons up front, then Zeldris is going to probably be reduced to the backline. And that's another thing too. Zeldris is a backline support character when he shouldn't have been one. I think if they gave that new kit that, you know, Zeldris does have right now to Chandler, I don't think I would mind. And that's coming from me, who's a massive Chandler simp, right? But it made sense towards the character. Ominous Nebula Zeldris is a massive DPS character, at least in story-wise, and fought the one, and not almost won, but like Escanor struggled a little bit, right? And they didn't go all out of him. I mean, even his skills aren't really representative of the stuff he does in story mode. There's no full react, there's no counter. It's almost like this is a second version of Ominous Nebula Zeldris. Am I the only one getting that feeling? It feels like we should have gotten Ominous Nebula Zeldris already with full react and a counter, and then let's say 1 year later, then we get this Zeldris with them skill sets, or at least the animations, because they didn't really base off anything. Where's the moves he does in story mode? Where's all the stuff he does in, like, the moves that he got, he doesn't do in the actual series, which is probably why he's a limited character, because it wasn't based on story mode. So I think they mega shafted this character considering what they could have done with him. I mean, recently he should have been a festival character, because it's peak Zeldris. This is by far the best Zeldris, his best move in the series. They should have went all out with him by making him a counter character. I mean, you could argue he should have had a double AoE skill, which I think if you look at the animations, people are theorizing that he should have been double AoE, which you know, it is what it is, right? And although I do think the character is fine, I think the fact that he didn't go too crazy with him is a little bit disappointing, considering he had so much to work with and he did the bare minimum. If you even want to class as that, because like I did say, they didn't do anything based on story mode. Like, I'll edit something on screen now. spend like 2 minutes doing it. This is what the counter skill should look like. This is what he should have had, and he didn't have it. So massive disappointment there. My next problem is the fact that the passive, and this is not a too much annoying thing, but when you're summoning for a limited character and a character that's like right after a festival character, it's a little bit annoying. So this guy is limited to actual being a PvP character and only works with demons. Like I did say, boys, I don't like characters that only really work with one set of teams. So a good example is Demons, or Sigurd. He's basically Demons, where he works in Amplify team, works in the actual Ragnarok team, works on the Demon team, and leveling someone up like this has such massive value because you can use them on so many different teams, where Zeldris is literally only used on Demon team, which is fine if you are a Demon main where you want to level up your demons, then that's perfectly fine. But you do want to get more for your diamonds, right? If you spend 6 diamonds, you want to be able to use a character on more than one team, and unfortunately, well, he can't be used on other teams other than demons. Not to mention, it's only PvP. I mean, the passive's not that broken. Why the hell did they limit the PvP? I don't think it makes that much of a difference because you probably wasn't going to use this guy in the actual, like, you know, the beach battles or any PvE content, but if it's not crazy for PvE, then why not just make it in PvE, right? Also, I want to go through some other points that people brought up. The fact that his counter, or at least his actual ultimate, which is called Ominous Nebula Zeldris, has no counter or isn't a preemptive strike. Now, the reason why I don't think that's a good idea, preemptive strike doesn't really make sense because when he activates Ominous Nebula Zeldris, they fly towards him. So if he activated it and he didn't fly towards him because they moved skills, that made no sense towards preemptive strike. People also wanted the Abyss. Once again, it made no sense why I would have Abyss. It just doesn't make sense, right? I think the AoE weak point is actually really good, and the ultimate is fine. It's just the first 2 skills in the passive that kind of lets him down a little bit. Not in the fact that he's a bad character, trust me, boys. It's a good character. Infect makes the character top tier already because Infect, you can never not have it on a team. Literally, it feels like every single team in the game needs some sort of Infect skill because, like I just say, Red Tarmio has not been accessible to everyone. Right now, he's literally only been for the whales that summoned him back in the past, or if you did summon him back in the past. And then right now, with the fact he is on Ominous Nebula Zeldris banner, people are going to start to get him again. And also, if he does return tickets, probably after Zeldris, then, yeah, people are going to get him a lot more now. So, Infect is going to be needed. And he might be a must-have on the team because you want to bypass the effect, especially if they are using Dan. But another thing I want to go through is, well, considering that, like I did say, we are going to get probably Demon Chandler, Grey Road, Original Gopher, Demon Q-Stack in the future, which arguably might not be backline support characters, you're probably going to want to use them in the front then. And then at that point, well, we have Zeldris. So who's better now? Zeldris, the Ominous Nebula one for a backline support character, or this one? I think it's debatable because this one gives you base stats, but the other one gives you attack rate stats and also lowers their attack. So depends what you value there. I think whatever the most important thing that matters is literally starting first. So the fact that I did say Ominous Nebula Zeldris is a limited character, where this one, although it is limited, being a festival character, does come back quite often, and you can buy him in a coin shop. This guy also has been on one non-festival banner. I think it was also on Hawk, which to be fair, no one's summoned for, but like, this guy's not the rare character, and it does feel like limited characters are definitely more rare than festivals because they don't come back too often. And I think the rate is actually lower. I think what's his rate for this banner right now? Yeah, I mean the rate right now is 0.25, which was when he released. So yeah, like, it's gonna be so hard to pull that new one, man. So yeah, boys, that is my problem and the problems with Zeldris in Grand Cross right now. Let me know what you think, man. I know some people were definitely upset, and now after the hype is kind of gone, now that we've seen him in game, it's a little bit upset. But what I will say is, though, like I did say earlier on, it's very likely that we are going to get another Zeldris in the future, which will once again still be a limited character like how we got the Blue Elaine. But at least by then, he might have a counter, might be a good DPS character, and the ultimate, once again, that carries over to the next character, at least is good. So, boys, what I will say is, though, a little bit unfortunate now that he's not the best character, although he is pretty good. It's, we can always look forward to maybe getting another one. Maybe the Green Eye Zeldris in the future, or maybe even, or maybe in the future we might get a Zeldris that is actually combined with, obviously, Meliodas, a dual unit, and that might make him the better Zeldris in the game. So, boys, thank you for watching and what you think, and yeah, let me know if you're summoning. I'll do it before you summon when he does come out to Global in a few days' time, and we'll go over everything that you thought about the character and is it worth summoning. And I think by then, considering it normally takes around a day or two for leaks to come out, we should get leaks about the next banner, which should be the Ragnarok banner. So, we'll know what's coming anyway. So, boys, thank you for watching, and yeah, peace.